Good evening. My name is Nicole Nappi. I'm the Executive Director of the Jersey Shore Art Center. We're located at 66 South Main Street in Ocean Grove, New Jersey. We're a performing arts center that supports local arts, artists, and arts organization. Tonight, we have two short plays and a monologue scheduled for you for your pleasure. I'm going to hand it over to Sheila Duane, who will carry us on to the performances.
So we're going to go ahead and just get started. Our first play is called Dinner by Cherielyn Ferguson, and Cherielyn lives in the San Francisco area. This is a play about the people we choose to have in our lives, even at the workplace. The play stars A.J. Melnick as Rory and Renee Panagos as Sam and Sofia Parola as Hannah. The setting, a stylish but unpretentious bistro. Scene 1, Sam and Rory finish their meal. Wine and water glasses, bread plates, etc. cover the small table. A bottle of wine rests on a coaster. A backpack is at Rory's feet.
Good. It was the best concert I've been to. We were so close, I could see tattoos on his left hand.
Yeah, being right up there is the only way to go.
I'm done with paying $500 to see a band and feel like I'm looking at ants down there on stage.
500, let's talk 2,000.
Oh, whoa. I haven't gotten that far yet. So, this was great. I'm glad that you were free to grab a bite at such short notice.
Sure. I had to eat.
Your last interview went way long, especially for the end of the second day. But that's a good sign. How do you feel about it?
It was a lot of people to meet, but that's how these go. I feel like it all went really well.
Great. I have to tell you, it's been a slog looking for a programmer with your skills for months, someone who can hit the ground running. And just to let you know, between the two finalists, people have talked to you up the most.
Hannah, their server, approaches the table to pour more water.
Well, I really enjoyed the conversations. Culture is an important consideration for me, and your big Stanford contingent is a huge plus.
Yeah, I had that feeling when I started too.
Rory gestures just as Hannah starts to pour, knocking the water pitcher. She spills some water.
Well, could you be more careful, please?
Hannah pours water for Sam and leaves the table.
Adrian was impressed right off the bat with your experience with framework development.
Yeah, I highlight that in my project work.
She said at first she didn't believe your resume, but I said, look, Rory's got it. The last couple of days were intense for everyone because we needed to make sure of the match. Get convinced of it. And I told everyone that I get the credit for bringing you over.
Okay. How is Adrian to work with? Easy? Demanding?
No, she's great. And it's a major coup that you're leaning away from the Google offer and toward us. Yes, that's what makes me want to dance on the table. It's funny, isn't it? How you can look for a change and what you want doesn't come up. It can take a while.
Maybe. I haven't ever waited too long.
Well, that's what happened to me is all I'm saying. I was thinking about you choosing us and Google, choosing between us and Google right now. 2 chances at the same time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Hannah returns to the table to clear the plates. When she picks up Rory's bread plate, the knife falls onto Rory's lap and then to the floor. She kneels down to pick it up.
I asked you to be careful. Did you hear that?
It just slipped off. Sorry.
Hannah leaves the table.
Everything okay there?
People shouldn't be doing a job if they haven't learned to do it right.
Maybe she wasn't here that long.
Yep, still.
How do you like our open floor plan? It's pretty similar to a lot of offices these days. So it shouldn't be much of a change for you.
Yeah, it's workable. I like that you have some empty offices set aside. I do my best thinking by myself.
Ah. Well, we're a pretty collaborative group. Uh, That won't be a problem, though. You're open to that, aren't you?
Oh, sure. I can work that way if I have to. It's important to spread the big ideas around.
The big ideas?
Yeah, I had a web task. I spent a lot of time thinking on my own.
Ah. Huh. And that's why we want you. Spend all the time you need in an empty office.
Hannah returns to the table. Rory stares Hannah in the face and follows her every move as she continues to clear the table. Hannah takes Sam's dinner plate and puts it on top of Rory's dinner plate.
How long have you been here?
About 3 months.
Then you should know by now you don't stack a dirty plate on top of another dirty plate. That's disgusting.
Oh, whoa.
It's the fastest.
It's okay.
Hannah hurries to take the plates away. Rory stretches and pours himself more wine without refilling Sam's glass.
Where's she going to go?
What do you mean?
I mean, if she can't do something as simple as wait tables. Yeah, she reminds me of those work-study kids in food service in school. You know who I mean. I always thought, if you have to work, couldn't you at least get into a job in the library or in admissions? All you could get is filling the salad bar? Or maybe that step up, the omelet station. Oh, who knows? Maybe they did it for the free food.
A job's a job. You don't always get what you want.
Yeah, but still, you know.
Come on, lighten up, Rory. I mean, you can't tell people's futures by any of their first jobs. That's not what you mean.
Well, you need to always be preparing for the next step. Like, if you have to do work study, then make sure it puts you in contact with people it's useful to know.
You must have had quite the impressive job.
But me? I didn't have one. You're better off not working in college. You should spend as much time as possible studying. That's what got us here, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Hannah returns with dessert menus. Rory doesn't take the offered menu, but he does give a disapproving look to Hannah's shirt. Sam takes the menu, glances at it, gives it back.
No thanks.
Hannah leaves.
You must have known some work-study kids. There are a lot of them at any school, right?
Oh, I knew some, sure. I didn't spend any time with them. They worked, I studied. We both know how that goes. They and me were in different places, going different places.
That's what I like about the team we have. Everyone's come from different places. Stanford aside, we have a pretty diverse group.
Oh, yeah, and I like that.
I'm glad to hear it. I want to make sure that we're a good place for you to work. No dessert for us then. Some coffee?
Did you catch her shirt?
What?
Come on, you must have noticed it.
Noticed her shirt?
Hannah returns with the check.
I have to ask, did the restaurant give that shirt to you?
No, they let us wear our own.
This place should give all you servers something decent to wear. That's what we'd do, right? Am I right, Sam? Right?
Hannah looks to Sam, who shakes her head slightly at her in apology. She puts the check down and leaves. Sam looks at Rory.
I've got some ideas about DevOps and GUI to share. I'm thinking it would help everyone to hear those in the first couple of days.
Sam pours herself some wine, takes a big sip, and puts the glass down.
This reminds me of one of the restaurants that I used to work at.
You worked at a restaurant.
Yes, I got the experience from my work-study job.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't say anything about...
I worked at different places during grad school to earn extra money. Once I ended up in the bar. That was interesting.
Yeah, sure.
You learn a lot. People can be jerks. People can be terrible tippers. When I saw that, I started over tipping everywhere. You know what I mean? We had other waiters, cab drivers. Pretty soon I realized I couldn't personally make up for all the bad tempers out there.
No, for sure.
I also learned you have to look up when you talk to a waiter. You know, the waiter's up there and you're sitting down here. You can't bury your nose in the menu when you order.
Sure. I always speak up. I make a point of it because you have to say what you think.
Yes. Working in restaurants made me aware of a lot of things about people. I learned quite a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure. I mean, it goes both ways. Eating out a lot has made me a more discriminating customer.
I can't argue with that. Well, this was good.
Sam picks up the check. She looks at it and then into her wallet.
Thanks for having dinner with me tonight.
No problem. Like I said, I had to eat.
I've seen a lot of hirings by now and how they can go. Sometimes everything turns out as expected. Other times,
There are times what?
well, you might want to keep that Google offer hanging fire a little while longer, just to be on the safe side.
Why? We are at the end of the road here. You had 2 days of interviews. I'm the favorite candidate. We have dinner.
Oh, dinner. Dinner isn't normally part of the process. We didn't need to have it, but I'm glad we did.
So now what?
Well, our group has to talk, decide on the final fit.
Fit. You might want to talk to your HR department about fit and what's legal, Sam. I'm qualified. You said I bring everything the team needs, and now it's about fit? Are you rescinding the offer?
Oh, we haven't made a final offer yet.
Then what's going on here?
Well, we had dinner. That's all. You're in a great position with 2 chances at the same time. All you have to do is wait to see how it turns out for you.
Sam takes cash from her wallet and puts it down on the check.
Oh, I'm a little short. Do you want to leave a tip?
Sure. Sure, I can do that.
Really?
Rory puts down some bills.
Really?
Okay.
Rory puts down some more bills. Sam continues to look at the bills on the table. Rory puts down some more bills.
Okay.
Well, that looks about right. I'll be in touch after the team talks.
Okay then. Right.
Rory picks up his backpack and leaves. Sam stands for a moment. She finishes off her wine and leaves. Hannah returns to the table to finish clearing. She counts out the money and, realizing it's more than expected, looks off in the direction Sam took when leaving. She pockets the money and continues clearing the table. End of play.
Next up, we have a play by Sheila Duane. The monologue is called Conferences. Take it away.
Okay, class. As you know, I've set aside today for conferences. But because I've been so unsuccessful encouraging you to put down your phones and look me in the eye when I'm speaking to you one-on-one, I've decided to try something new today. Please God, let's hope this works. Today I'm going to speak to you as a group. But I'm going to call you out by name and embarrass you with respect to your research papers and your writing. I've tried everything else to get you to submit actual English writing. To spell check, to proofread, to actually do research, to submit your own work as opposed to your older brothers or your older sisters who were actually horrible writers themselves. I've done everything I could possibly do and more to get you to listen, to get you to internalize my instruction. I'm at my wit's end. So today I'm simply going to embarrass you and hopefully mortify you into actually listening to a little bit of what I have to say about sentence construction, about paragraphing, about vetted research, about writing in general. So here goes. I'm going to work in alphabetical order because your works cited pages, and I know you don't know this because I've just finished grading this pile of horrible papers. But your works cited page should be organized in alphabetical order. To stress this point, I'm going to work in alphabetical order based on the first letter of each of your last names. Do you understand? Do any of you even know what alphabetical order is? It's the same as ABC order. Yeah, now you know, Richie. Now you understand alphabetical order. Justin, I will begin with you. No. Playboy magazine is not an academic resource. There are plenty of places to find information about legalizing marijuana apart from an article written by Cheech and Chong in Playboy magazine. For example, the New England Journal of Medicine, perhaps even Time magazine or Newsweek. Further, High as Hell is not an appropriate academic title for your paper. Call me old-fashioned, but hell word isn't fitting, even for a Deadwood Community College. I'd also like to point out that you should try weed. It might calm you down. Can't really be considered a call to action in the academic definition of that term. As I've instructed every class day for the past 2 months, the research papers we compose in this class are problem-solving papers. A call to action in the conclusion is a necessary component to a problem-solving research paper. However, the problem you seem to be addressing is the fact that I, as your instructor, am not high as hell. Essentially, there's much debate about the importance of that problem on a political level. And no, smoking pot can't be considered primary research. Michael. Do you know what I say when I'm grading my pile of papers and I read your paper? Do you know what I say, Michael? I say, sweet Jesus, let me survive the next hour. And it is an hour, Michael. Sometimes more than an hour. Now, I'm going gray, and this is what happens to English teachers when they are forced by circumstance to grade papers as hideous as yours. They lose it. You know, it takes me an hour or more for me to excavate any possible meaning from the larva you have smeared in the form of printer ink onto these papers. Yeah, at this point in my life, I'd really rather cut off my right arm with a nail clipper than grade one of your papers. And I use the word paper in a most generous way. We sit in a classroom with $1 million worth of computer equipment. I don't know why you can't simply click on spell check. At least at that point I know what language I'm supposed to be reading. Interestingly, your topic was very appropriate. Why college is a waste of money. Certainly a waste of money for you and your parents. But college is not spelled with 2 G's, and waste is not spelled W-A-S-T. I found your thesis fascinating. The only good thing about college is spring break. And I had no idea that roofies were so easily available in Florida. None whatsoever. Your call to action, get roofies. My call to action, 911. Angie, as you know, I didn't receive a paper from you. In fact, I haven't received a single assignment from you since the semester started. I don't know whether you understand the word submit or not, but I believe you understand what it means to have multiple zeros in your grade report. And yes, I did receive your email wherein you expressed that you have a lot of anxiety about your final grade in this class. I understand anxiety. I have anxiety as well. But you know what might help some of that anxiety? Actually doing some research and actually submitting an assignment. That might actually alleviate some of your anxiety. Do you get that? Do you understand that if you're nervous about your final grade in this class, you can alleviate some of that nervousness by submitting an assignment? Does that make sense to you? Oh. Kaylee, I always know when I'm about to grade one of your assignments. Do you know, before you enrolled in this class, I didn't even know computer paper was manufactured in this particular color pink. And I love the fact that there's always a tiny picture of Kim Kardashian in the corner of all your submissions. I know she's your hero. However, do you know anything about how she became famous? I almost feel like suggesting you do a little research might be helpful to your life goals. But I also fear it might ruin your life. And I don't want to ruin your life, Kaylee. I don't. In fact, my true goal in life would be to get you to use a sentence that actually have verbs in them. That would be one of the greatest accomplishments of my teaching career. Also, your thesis, The Importance of a Plant-Based Diet Except for Filet Mignon, is interesting but inconsistent. You describe cows as beautiful and caring creatures, then describe cutting into a bloody piece of beef. Not sure that works. Oh, Chuck, bow, or whatever. The Second Amendment and gun ownership is perfect for you. I'll tell you why. I read the first paragraph and I certainly wish that I owned a gun. You know, I wish that I owned a big fat 44 semi-automatic handgun to use on myself. Fun fact, the word militia in the Second Amendment doesn't refer to a heavy metal band. True, every sentence in your paper has a headbanging effect on me as your instructor, but militia is similar to a National Guard. And although I do appreciate your link to Militia's band song Suck My AR-15, I don't think that the lyrics support your thesis that if you deserve a gun. Your call to action, white is right, isn't really a call to action at all. It's more of a call to putrefaction. You know, the foul order of rotting? Or maybe a call to prison or a mental facility. You get my drift? And yes, you do scare me. I don't like you. Reading just those 4 papers was like trying to climb a great mountain of my life's poor decisions, covered in razor blades and rubbing alcohol with a bullet lodged into my skull. For now, I'm going to go outside, smoke a few cigarettes, and I'll be back to discuss the rest of the papers in about a half hour. Feel free to keep your headphones on. I don't care.
Okay, and we're going to move along right into the next piece. Is that correct, Nicole?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to move on to Circus Master.
Yes.
So, I lost my notes. So the
Okay.
next up is Circus Master and the Peanut Dancer. And this was written by, is this written by you, Sheila?
Yes, it is.
Okay. You want to give us a little synopsis of what we're about to see?
Sure. The circus master and the peanut dancer was inspired by a recording I heard between Harvey Weinstein and one of the women he was harassing. And I decided to flip the narrative. And so what we have is a circus master and a peanut dancer. And the circus master is being played by Renee Panagos, and the peanut dancer is being played by A.J. Melnick. So Renee plays Harvina, who is the 60-ish owner of the Miramax Circus. And Ambrose is a young male classically trained dancer who is an applicant for the circus dancing position. Lights up. Harvina, dressed in a man's tuxedo, ringmaster outfit with heavy eye makeup and a leather whip, sits on a tall stool near a high desk, looking at a sheet of paper. Behind her is a giant poster for the Miramax Circus. Just outside the door stands Ambrose, shirtless, wearing a headpiece decorated with peanuts, very short beige brown shorts, and a belt decorated by long, thin bags of peanuts, similar to a grass skirt.
Excuse me, Miss Harvina.
Yes, come in. Please sit down.
I think it'll be a little hard to sit down in this costume.
Come on, sit here. Sit here for a minute, please.
I'm not sure this is the right costume for this rehearsal.
You must come here now.
I really believe there's been a mistake.
Please.
I'd like to wear my own.
Now you are embarrassing me.
Please, I'm not comfortable.
I'm telling you right now, get in here. I won't do anything.
I'm a classically trained dancer, not a Chippendale. I've studied under Parsons and Alvin and Ocampo.
Don't embarrass me. Please, 1 minute. I ask you. Honey, don't have a fight with me in the hallway. Don't ruin our friendship with me over 5 minutes. See? I am not so scary, am I?
Harvina aggressively shoves him into a chair and stands over him.
So, you want to be the peanut dancer in my circus and maybe dance on my television special?
Well, I know that your last peanut dancer, Lance Benton, went on to join Strictly Come Dancing.
Yes, Lance did. He did. I found him to be very good. A very good dancer, I mean.
I'm a very good dancer.
You? Sorry.
Would you have my CV? I have an MFA from Mason Gross, and I've just finished Miss Saigon at the Broadway Theater.
Are you good enough for me?
Well, there are links to my videos online from Miss Saigon, Pippin, Hello Dolly, and all the shows I did at university.
Links mean nothing to me. I have to feel your body move.
I'm certainly ready to audition, but I saw Lance perform, and he never wore anything like this.
I need to see what I'm getting. I need to see you do the actual peanut dance. It is a dance of homage to the peanut vendors who used to sell their goods outside the amphitheater Anglois, where circus, as we know it, was born.
In ancient Rome.
No,
Harvina pulls out and cracks her whip.
not Rome. This is why I have to educate you young boys who come into my employ. The word circus means circle in Latin. Simple. In ancient Rome, what they called the circuses were horse shows. No, little boy. The circus as we know it is from Paris. Say 1780.
I didn't know that.
Oh, I can teach you many things.
So, this dance of homage. When do I have the opportunity to learn it?
You know the peanut is not indigenous to Europe. Did you know?
Arvina pulls a bag of peanuts from his headpiece and begins trying to feed him peanuts.
Oh, I don't like peanuts.
You must like the peanut to be my peanut dancer.
I'm feeling very uncomfortable right now.
Oh, please. I'm not going to do anything. I swear on my children.
Oh, you have children.
No. But I am a very famous person.
But I'm not used to this.
Eat this peanut now. Chew. I say chew.
Arvina moves his jaw up and down as if forcing him to chew.
Oh, wait.
I will see you chew this peanut like this. It is good to have peanut in my mouth.
What were you saying about the peanut?
Ah, the peanut. Ah, yes. You like the peanut? The peanut came from South America and was brought against its will to Europe and Asia.
Against its will?
And outside the amphitheater Angua in Paris in the 1880s, there were peanut vendors who sold their nuts and other things. They're what you call pips, really. So this dance I give you, you will learn, is sexual in nature. You understand? You will move to seduce the audience.
Bob Fosse says we should dance for ourselves, not for the audience.
Oh, maybe Bob Fosse will hire you then. Do you want to learn the peanut dance? Do you want to audition for me?
Yes.
Do you know the song in a Persian market?
Yes.
When the lights are low, my thoughts always go to a far-off land, cross the sea. Amber moon and the sweet perfume of the peanut call to me.
Arvina begins to move around in a circle while making a circle with her hips. She rubs her hands on her body, then throws her arms up in the air. She shakes her shoulders and rolls her neck.
It is like this. You make love first to your body, then to the audience. In this case, me.
Like this?
Yes. And imagine the peanut. You are the peanut. You will be eaten. Your shell will be taken off you roughly, and you will be consumed.
Okay.
Mess up your hair.
Okay. Like this?
Yes. And move your hips. Move like you are stirring the peanut butter. The oil is dripping on the top of the peanut butter. And you have to mix the oil together with the butter. But with your hips.
Like this?
More.
Like this.
Harder.
Like this.
Arvina grabs Ambrose's hips and begins moving them.
Like this?
You're hurting me.
No, I'm healing you.
I don't need to be healed.
Oh, I think you do. How do your nuts feel now? You have good nuts. Oh, I can take you very far in business. I am very famous. I know many famous choreographers, dancers, and producers.
Arvina grabs a bag of peanuts from the front of Ambrose's belt.
Hey, I know that. But I'm a classically trained dancer. I'm not coming to you from some once-a-week class at the Y in Enid, Oklahoma. I've been dancing since I was 4 years old. Dance is my career, my calling.
Yeah, so dance calls to you.
Yes.
But do any producers call to you? No. Any choreographers from Broadway? No.
I've danced on Broadway.
So why are you not there now? You are here, in front of me. Why are you not there now?
I'm between jobs.
You mentioned Lance Benton. Lance was between jobs. He made me happy. And now he is not between jobs. He has a permanent job, dancing on Strictly Come Dancing. He is in fact a star in his own right now. He is in discussion to be an announcer in a New Year's parade. You like?
Yes, I like.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't understand. I've worked very hard to get to this place. I'm incredibly talented and tremendously diligent. I danced with Lance at university in West Side Story. I'm better than he is. I'm better.
And yet, Lance is earning $25,000 a month. More with pizzas. And he got his shot right here with me in this very room. This very room. Lance told me once that his dream is not to only dance on Broadway, to open a small school with housing for the dancers, a small college for dancers right off Broadway near Bryant Park. He told me he'd like to get up in the morning and watch classes as he makes his morning coffee. You like?
Yes, I like.
And Lance, he spent much money on his MFA.
So did I.
Lance paid off his debt, all his debt, after dancing on one of my television specials. He is debt-free now. You like?
Yes, I like.
You will do the peanut dance for me?
You grabbed my crotch.
Oh, please. I'm sorry. I'm used to that.
You're used to that? But I'm not used to that.
I won't do it again. Come on, sit here. Sit here for a minute, please.
I'm a dancer.
If you don't make me happy now, you will never work as a dancer, ever. Now go. Bye. Never call me again, okay? I'm sorry. Nice to have met you.
Wait. I'm a dancer.
No, you're not.
What happened to your accent?
You're not a dancer until I say you're a dancer. This is not a game for me. I'm a hard-ass Russian circus master, and you are my boy toy. I don't care about your dreams of a career. Nobody does.
But I'm really good.
And I don't need an accent to ruin your career. Do you want to be a dancer? Or do you want to spend your life working at Walmart? It's now or never, little boy. In a Persian marketplace, peanut I came face to face. Dance the peanut dance for me. While the temples were ringing, peanut shared his sweet embrace.
Ambrose begins to dance.
And I'm grateful that you all are able to join on the video so we can have this type of performance, even though we're in a situation where we can't be in person. You know, my hope is that in the next time we get together, we can actually be on stage and then do possibly a video on stage of the performance. So that's what I'm working towards for that. That being said, you know, thank you very much for coming or being on screen tonight. This is part of the Jersey Shore Arts Center's mission to support local arts organizations, and arts groups. As part of that organization, part of that mission is, making sure I'm promoting and supporting your endeavors. I believe you guys have been with us for just about a year, and we're looking forward to another year of great performances. For those of you out there, if you wish to contribute or volunteer or support us in other ways, my name is Nicole Nappy. Our website is jerseyshoreartscenter.org, and you can email me at nnappy@jerseyshoreartscenter.org as well. During this time, that's the best way to contact us. And I want to wish everybody a good evening, and I'll see you soon.